The end to this season was exactly the end that we feared the most. Scunthorpe United have been eliminated at exactly the same stage as last season, and it will hurt just as much. Last season in their loss to Millwall, everyone surrounding the club felt confident in the team's ability that they could advance in the playoffs to Wembley. But in the second leg, they put in a below-par performance and didn't show up when it matters the most. Does that remind you of anything? Although Scunthorpe had chances to win the game against Rotherham, and they really did, they just did not execute the game plan and perform as well as they should have. You can't afford to do that at this stage of the season. Playoff teams just don't do that, and because of that, Scunthorpe United are not going to Wembley. Again, Scunthorpe United need to get recruitment right in terms of a goalkeeper. Although this is a huge cliché, the Irons' 2017-18 campaign really was a roller coaster. Through all of this, they finished 5th. They secured their place in the playoffs after a season in which they sacked their manager and went through a ridiculous streak without a victory. Dawes turned things around after things went stale under Alexander, who was subsequently sacked in March. When it all came down to it, the Iron had the talent to get promoted, and they fell when it mattered the most. Ultimately, the Iron were probably a goal scorer short and an attacking player off the bench to affect the game. What's next? Quite frankly, another rebuild. Scunthorpe could lose several key players. Ivan Toney and Ryan Yates have returned to their parent clubs, and it remains to be seen if they come back to Glanford Park. Heikki Batalakin is yet to sign his contract, and teams will no doubt be looking at players such as Funso Ojo and Murray Wallace. Nick Dawes did an absolutely brilliant job in his short time as caretaker manager and now has been rewarded with the job on a full-time basis. Scunthorpe United announced Nick Dawes as new manager. Every man in charge deserves time to implement his own style, sign his own players and build a culture. Dawes has not had that time yet, but he deserves it. This off-season will be absolutely massive for Scunthorpe. A lot of turnover will be inevitable, as previously mentioned. There's no doubt about it, Scunthorpe United have to bounce back and have a huge summer ahead of them.